Hi guys, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. So I want to do a June energy update reading for the collective. So I'm using my Pure Magical Oracle deck and I'll link it below. I was told the word magic by Spirit. That's all they gave me for the month of June. So I want to pull some cards to see what else is coming through for June. What's going on with the collective for June. I'm gonna pull a couple more. And then I'm hearing the bottom of the deck. Okay. So let's see here. I'll show you guys the cards in a second. I just want to figure out what's going on here. Okay. So we have Burning Man, Collective Power, Supreme Prayer, Three of Cups, Celebration. So that's good news. Three of Cups energy is all about celebration. That's great news. I like seeing that. So I think our prayers are being heard in June is what it sounds like, what this card feels like, and that even though it's like there's a fire being burned around us from the light that's coming in from the sun, and it's going to bring about a collective answered prayer is what I'm hearing, like a collective answered prayer. So I think a lot of us are praying about the same things, and we're going to start seeing some sort of movement or energy working towards answering these prayers that we've put out. And it's going to bring about celebrations for us. Okay, and then we've got Mugwort Dreams, Rhythm, Higher Self, Reality, and Rest. So I do feel that the energies of May were super intense, super powerful. They brought on a lot of light energies. The Spirit sent us a lot of solar energies from the sun in May, and it caused a lot of purging in May. So in June, it's like I think we're going to be going into a rest. Like they're showing me the Four of Swords in my mind's eye. So a rest period, an integration period to integrate the light that came in so that we can ascend to higher levels. Because as we integrate this light, we purge out what no longer serves us, and then we're able to ascend to higher levels vibrationally. Yeah, and it's also about realizing that we still hold the power, like we are magic in our essence. My eyes like watering all of a sudden. I don't know what that's all about. We are creators. We've come here to create magic in our own lives and as a collective. So remembering that we need to embody our higher selves as much as we can and not let our ego run the show, but try to pull in our higher self and allow our higher self to come through and speak for us or act for us. More so in June than we have before is what I'm feeling there. And yeah, it's about getting back into a rhythm and a flow with ourselves. Like I feel like a lot of us are going to be more in alignment in June. And then we have Voodoo Roots, Respect, Survival. I can't talk. Voodoo Roots, Respect, Survival, Liberation, and Freedom. Yeah, so I think this is kind of going back into that Burning Man card where we are getting our prayers answered. We're coming together as a collective. I think more so in June, it's like we're getting back to respecting each other. We're getting back to unity consciousness and how can we pull together as a collective to make our dreams come true, to make a new reality for this world. Drawing down the moon, Divine Feminine Source Channel Stillness. So this again, this word stillness is going back into, you know, rest, integration of these intense energies that we just got hit with in May. The Divine Feminine is being birthed into, well, I shouldn't say being birthed in. How do I say this? So the Divine Masculine has been overbearing, has been, not overbearing, what is the word? Let's just say we've all been playing in our Divine Masculine more than our Divine Feminine. Not all of us, but majority. So in June, it's like we're we're moving more towards reawakening this divine mother within us, this divine feminine energy. And just because you're a man doesn't mean you don't have this. We all have this. We have divine masculine, divine feminine, yin yang, you know, whatever you want to call it. And it's about having balance of both. Just like you need the sun, you need the moon. It's like having a balance of equal parts within you. And June is about offering us this divine feminine energy. And when we become still, when we integrate these energies, we allow our higher selves to come through. We allow this energy, the divine mother energy, to flow through us, and it's going to help us on our life path moving forward, because the divine masculine has served us in the old ways, the old world, but the divine feminine is what's really going to take off and help us move forward. So it's about embracing that divine feminine energy that wants to birth through each and every one of us, and allowing source to channel through you. So it's like embodying your higher self in June, embodying, you know, this divine feminine energy, and allowing and going with the flow, and allowing this awakening and this just embracing all these energies to flow through you effortlessly without control or trying to understand it. Yeah, just being still with it and going with the flow is what I'm really feeling. And then witches, wounds, remedy, magical medicine, sacred heart, another day. So I'm hearing a lot of people are suffering right now physically. And in June, I think a lot of people are going to be moving more towards holistic medicine and getting away from the traditional Western world medicine. I'm not saying that there isn't a part for Western medicine, but I do think that for things that aren't like surgical needs or like transplant needs, or, you know, those really big hospital type procedures, I think more and more people who have been let down, so to speak, by the Western medical industry. I think more and more people in June who are suffering with ailments that haven't been able to be remedied by Western medicine are going to be awakened, and Spirit is going to show you another way. Another door is going to open for you to healing, and also just another door within you as you integrate these energies. It's like something is awakening and illuminating within you to activate your own healing abilities. It's like you're using your own healing, but you're also using the healing of these herbs or these holistic means, using food, getting back to the basics of using Mother Earth to help you heal, rather than suppressing it or putting a pill on it or a Band-Aid on it and not really getting to the root of the issue. And it's like also too, for those who are suffering physically with an ailment, I think you're going to be awakened to why that ailment was there. It's like as this energy comes through you, you are going to be awakened to, oh, this is a past life trauma, or oh, this is a wound from my past that has been psychically repeating in my mind, causing these ailments in my body for me to pay attention to it. So I strongly urge you, if you are suffering an ailment, what chakra is it close to? Because that is a chakra that is blocked, most likely. So doing chakra cleansing as often as you can is going to help flow the chi through all of your chakras, that source energy. It's going to unblock you and get you back into a flow. It's like they're showing me in my mind's eye like a river that flows, that has constant chi moving through it, is a clean river versus a pond that starts to grow algae because it's stale, stagnant water. So it's about movement and flow and allowing the energy to flow, and maybe even starting to like go on walks or do a little bit more exercise that gets the blood flowing, gets your sweat glands going. You know, sweating more actually helps remove toxins from the body and all of that. And then it's also about opening up the heart chakra and looking to the future, realizing that we are all I think in June, we are all working towards opening up and expanding our heart chakra. And when we do this, we remove fear and anxiety before we can actually get there. So it's like May brought on these energies to help awaken and stir up the darker energies within us, to purge these out so that we can help bring in more light and awaken all of our chakras and awaken our heart chakra, which when your heart chakra is awakened, your able to have more healing in your body. You're able to have more love, you know, incoming love, outgoing love. You're able to feel more, and you just see things in a different light. I feel when your chakras are open and unblocked, you see things in a better way than if they're closed off with, you know, or they're polluted or bogged down by lower energies or lower thoughts, negative thoughts, that sort of stuff. And then we have levitation, higher ground, belief, mastery, meditation. Yeah, so I think June, a lot of us are going to be guided to going more into meditating every single day. I know a lot of people have a hard time with that. And a lot of people out there are like, oh, you don't have to meditate. You can just go on a walk. You can this, that, and the other. Yes, that is good for beginners, but we really have to up our game in June. It's like, we can all meditate. We can all do this. We've been programmed to believe that it's hard, or, you know, allowing our egoic mind to take control and not allow us to stay focused or be present in the moment. So June is about practicing presence. And, you know, you can even stare at a candle flame and just for 15 minutes, put a timer on your phone, or 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do, and just stare at the candle flame and allow your mind to just kind of drift away and pay attention to staying in the present moment. That's a good training grounds or a good practice or exercise to help keep your mind in the present moment. And when you start to drift into a trance or drift out of, you know, your mind takes you elsewhere rather than back to the present moment of the candle flame, it's just a good practice of, like, you know, training yourself how to meditate. You don't have to do it the same way everybody else does. You can just literally, you know, stare at a tree outside or a candle flame and, you know, stay present and be aware of your thoughts and where they're going. And that will show you where you're vibrating based on, you know, are my thoughts in a negative stance? Are they in a positive stance? What am I constantly thinking about? What is constantly, you know, looping in my mind? And once you know these things, you can then move yourself into a better path of like, okay, I'm not going to allow these thoughts to just play on autopilot anymore. I'm going to upgrade and move past that and really try my best to, when I catch myself, pull myself out of that thought and think of a new thought that overrides that thought, that's a better thought that makes me feel better. And humor is a big one. So if you catch yourself in a lower vibration and you're not able to shake it, watch something that makes you laugh that will instantly pop you out of that vibration. Or, you know, watch a movie that makes you feel good, or listen to a song that you really vibe to, that really like resonates with you, that gives you like the goosebumps, that will pull you out of that. Do whatever you can to shift your vibration when you catch yourself low, and then it'll bring you to a higher ground. By doing these things, it brings you to a higher level, a higher consciousness, a higher vibration. And when you're in a higher vibration, you start to, the more you practice these things to keep yourself in a higher vibration, you develop your spiritual mastery. You develop mastery over your consciousness. And that's where we're moving into as a collective. We're developing our mastery. We're going through these challenges. We're going through these struggles to become the master of our minds, so to speak, because right now we're going through a spiritual war on the planet. There is a war going on between light and dark, but it's a war on consciousness, getting people into either fear or getting people into a higher vibration, you know? Good and evil is playing out this battle for our consciousness. And when you catch yourself dipping, it's about using what you can, the tools that you've learned, to pull you back into alignment, whether that's going into meditation, whether that's shifting your vibration through music, through humor, however. It's about becoming the master and not allowing your ego to run the show anymore, and, you know, let your higher self come through and run the show for you. And that's where you can actually manifest. When you're in alignment, when your chakras are cleared, that's where we manifest our best. That's when our magic is really in tune and in line with the source energy. And we can't manifest when our spirit is blocked. We just can't. We can manifest bad things because we're resonating in that vibration. But if you want things that are of abundance or love or higher vibrations, you have to resonate with that energy. You have to be a vibrational match, because you can only pull to you that which you are. So it's all about shifting and transitioning into a higher vibration in June. And I think a lot of people are going to elevate. They're going to be going through major spiritual upgrades in June. And it's like I see us taking a huge leap, like a quantum leap for humanity in June. Yeah, the divine feminine is coming online. Our higher selves are playing more into it. It's like we are becoming our higher selves. We are embodying this magic and realizing we are the creators and that we no longer have to play into the old system. We can create our new world that we want to manifest. And collectively, we hold the power. No one holds the power over you but you. And it's about realizing that. And once you become to that awareness, you regain your power, and no one else can have your power at that time when you've made that realization. So that's what I'm seeing for June. I think it's going to be a magical time. I think it's still going to be a little bit of challenges, obviously, but overall, I think it's going to be a magical month, and we're going to feel, I think, a little bit better than we did in May. So that's exciting. And I want to just see what's on the bottom of the deck for one last. Hollowed heart, veneration, sensuality, gentleness, nakedness. Yeah, so this is kind of like overall the energy that we're going to be feeling. We're literally removing these filters, removing this mask, removing this facade. It's like the nakedness word is really prevalent here. Like we are becoming naked, but like spiritually naked. Like we are being authentic, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like we are embodying our authenticity in June. It's like we're really, yeah, look at all the nakedness here. I mean, we've got another card here with nakedness. I mean, this you could say is kind of naked, but yeah, it's like we're getting back to the basics and we're getting back to our raw authenticity. Like a child that comes into the world that's naked and raw and authentic, and unapologetically that child is just, here I am. And I have no filters. And we're getting back to our gentleness and opening up our heart chakras. I'm excited for June. I think it's going to be a good one. I really do feel good about this. I'm just seeing what numbers we have here. 26, 13, 24, 29, 36, 12, and 30. So those might be some significant dates for you of good luck, or it just might be dates that mean something to you in general. So pay attention to those numbers. 7. Yeah. Lots of 3s here. Lots of 3 energies here. So 333. Christ consciousness. Birthing in Christ consciousness. Opening and expanding the heart. Love it. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed doing this video. It's going to be a good month, I feel, overall. When you get into these challenges, just know that you can rise above it and move past it and shift your vibration with the tools that you know how to do. And just ride those waves as they come in, because more energy from the sun is coming, and we just got to learn to ride those waves so that we can rise above the fear and the anxiety that it stirs up within us, and then we will be into better days. I'll leave you there. I hope you have a wonderful June. If you like this video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and I'll see you in another video. Bye, guys.